Well, happy Monday. It's June 13th, 2022. Should call it Black Monday. I got the black hat on though. It is hot here. I should say it's more humid than hot. We've got a major just heat wave across much of the country. And whew, man, the humidity to come with it, it is rough. Getting ready for my Westwood meetup, Westwood happy hour show on Friday, June 17th. This Friday in Peoria Pizza Works. Litecoin, Lisa, and I are going to be doing a live stream. Get to Peoria for this meetup. I mean, it could not come at a better time because you're looking at everything that I've always preached about crypto and having your own assets in your possession. It's all hitting right now. We're seeing things fall apart. Get to this meetup, clintwestwood.net. Click the happy hour link at the top for all the details. Peoria, Illinois, this Friday, gonna be live streaming happy hour, 4 to 5 p.m. Central Time. The meetup starts at 3, maybe a little before that. I'll probably try and get there at like 2, so we got some time to hang out before and then afterwards, but after the show. I wanna talk about the markets today. Obviously, obviously everybody's seen this, I would think. If you got your phone with you, if you watched TV at all, they're talking about everything's crashing, the Dow's down, it's going to go under 30,000 points, and the NASDAQ, it's breaking under 11,000. Everybody's worried about that, but the bigger thing is the crypto market has taken a big hit. But this is nothing new. We've seen this. We've seen this time and time and time again. So what I want to tell everybody is that it's very important to take possession of your crypto, and we're seeing that right now. I've talked about it for a long time. When you come to the meetup, you come to any of these meetups, if you don't have cryptocurrency, we teach you to download a wallet, Lisa and I. You write down your words, that's your private key, so that you can hold these cryptos in your own possession, because that is the critical thing, and we're finding out right now. We had news last night that Celsius is a big platform. Think of it as a crypto bank. And a lot of people were involved in Celsius. A lot of people I know involved in Celsius put a lot of money into it. And they put money into it, or I should say crypto into it, because they could get good yields. You could actually put in, in the bank, you get no interest on your money. But you could put money into what's called USDC, a stable coin, basically pegged to the dollar. You could put it into Celsius and at one point get 11 or 12% return on it. And then they dropped it to about 8.88%, I think. That's the last time I looked. I tried it out like I do all things, and I'll talk about PayPal too. I tried it out, I put money into it. I even took a little loan out because they let you loan money against your crypto, and it's highly collateralized. And what I mean by that is, let's say you put in 100 Litecoin, which I didn't do, but you put in 100 Litecoin, and at the time, let's say it's worth 200 bucks. All right, so you've got, $20,000 in there. Is that right? Yeah, $20,000 in there. I can't even do my math, add zeros. So you've got $20,000 of Litecoin sitting in there. All right, so you can take out a loan. You can take out different percentages, like 50% loan to value, 33%, the 25%. So you can take out a 25% loan, no credit check, nothing. Boom, they just send you the money because you're collateralizing that loan with Litecoin. They figure, hey, I got $20,000 worth of Litecoin sitting here. Sure, I'll give you a $5,000 loan, 25% of the value of what they've got in there. And the interest rate was really low. So you could borrow that money, and let's take that for example. $200 Litecoin, you put in 100 of them, you take a $5,000 loan. Is that right? That's a fifth. So it'd be actually a quarter of that. So what, 65, 70, I can't even do my math, 62.50, whatever it is. Say you took out $5,000 and the loan's half a percentage rate. And you're like, cool, I got this money, I'm accessing my crypto. Awesome, I'm living off my crypto, living the crypto life, that kind of thing. And that's great, but what happens if Litecoin dumps, or any cryptocurrency for that matter, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Celsius token? If it dumps, then if that ratio narrows to where Litecoin goes to $100, well, you need to have that collateralized. You need to make sure you've got enough backing that up at that 25% ratio. So you'll either have to add Litecoin, or you could get into a situation where they will sell your Litecoin to make the loan whole. So if it goes to like it has today, close to $40, and so 100 Litecoin's only $4,000, and you've got a $5,000 loan, they will have liquidated you before that. And now you won't have to pay back the loan, but that Litecoin's gone. So that's kind of the danger of it. But what's happened overnight, and so that I'm just giving an example of what Celsius is. It's a lender. You can put your crypto in there, low interest rate, it's highly collateralized because they hold your asset, and boom, you get the money that day. Problem is, crypto starts going down in value, goes down lower than that loan, which they don't let it to get to that point to liquidate you, then you lose your crypto. And as far as, what I've always been preaching, cryptocurrency, that is the future money. So you're giving up, your stake in that future in this digital world and with the digital money, if that happens to you. Well, what happened overnight with Celsius is that they stopped withdrawals. You can't take out any of your funds, transfer any of your funds. It's locked up. That does not bode well, because now you've got money locked up in there. And there are people I know that have a lot of money locked up in there. They can't get it. Apologize. I'm just trying to relax a little bit, take it easy in these crazy markets, and look for some solace, look for some peace. But what happened in the case of Celsius is your funds are sitting there, you're looking at it, they say it's safe, but is it safe? Because you don't have it in your possession, and you can no longer do anything with it. It is gone as far as your being able to access it. Now, what happens if Celsius goes bankrupt? Your money's gone, and you're going to be waiting in line just like any other bankruptcy, any other company that you might have shares in, stock in. You're going to be waiting in line, waiting for the court system, and it could take forever to get that money back if you even get it back. I've had money in exchanges because, I've learned about crypto early on, did not believe in it, dabbled in it, put money on exchanges, left it on exchanges, and then I go back to log in and the exchange is gone. It's dead. I've lost a couple of Litecoin on, what was it? Not Cryptsy. I lost a bunch of Dash on Cryptsy back in 2016. It was, I can't even remember the exchange. I think it was an Australian or New Zealand exchange, Cryptopia. 2 Litecoins sitting there, boom, gone. And it's just, you lose it. You don't get it back. Now, you can make an appeal, you can try and get it back, but you don't get it. And my whole premise is, if you've got the ability right now to be your own bank, you can hold crypto in your possession. You've got the ability to take control of your keys, your private keys, and that's when you open up that wallet, you've got that seed phrase that you write down. That's why it's so important to have that, because that allows you to have access to that cryptocurrency on that blockchain. That crypto's on that blockchain, it's secured by that blockchain. That's the key. And when people knock cryptocurrency and knock blockchain, they're knocking the exchanges is really what they're doing. See, it's dangerous. Well, yeah, it's dangerous because what you've done is you've given your possessions over to a third party. You've given your possessions to someone else and said, here, hold this for me. That doesn't go well. It's like buying physical silver and then having someone else hold it in a warehouse for you. You don't have access to it. There's guards at the door. They're not going to let you in at some point because, hey, sorry, the company's insolvent, and it's not a good situation to be in. It's like any asset. You might think you have it, but unless you have it in your hand and you have possession of it, then you really don't have it. You're just kind of waiting on somebody else to give it to you. And if they're in trouble, if they're in financial trouble, they're not going to give it to you. They're going to lock it up. They're going to stop. Hey, you can't withdraw. You can't send. You can't transfer. You can't do anything. And that's where you're at with Celsius. Now, I don't know what's going to happen with them. But I did see after that today, BlockFi, a similar company, announced that they are no longer, they're going to cut 20% of their workforce. So you're getting into a situation now where there's a pinch. Will these companies stay solvent? And guess what? That's a big deal if you've got your money in there, if you've got it locked up in there and they are the custodian. However, if you had taken possession of your own assets, if you had them in your own wallet, if you are your own bank, you don't have to worry about that. Yeah, it might be horrifying watching Bitcoin go to $22,000. It could go to $18,000. It could go to zero on paper, on the display. Yeah, it's horrifying watching Litecoin go from $100, $80, $60, $40. It's crazy. But you've got it in your own possession. You still have it. Now, if you've got it sitting on one of these platforms, these custodians, you might think you have it. It might look like you have it on the screen. But if you can't take it out and you can't transfer it, you don't have it. So that's the key. Cryptocurrency has given us the ability to be our own bank, to take possession of our wealth. And yet, so many people have turned around and said, you know what, this is great. I love this tool. I can send and transfer value anywhere in the world. But I'm going to go ahead and put it with a custodian. I'm going to go ahead and put it in the new bank. Now, does that make any sense? And people are learning that it didn't make any sense. And it's a hard lesson to learn. It really is. The thing is, though, if you've got your crypto, they can say it goes to zero. It doesn't matter. You still got the utility of what that cryptocurrency does. You can still send that transaction. You still have it in your wallet. You still have it in your possession. That's why this day, this Black Monday, it's so important to realize, keep your assets in your own possession. You've got the ability to be your own bank. You have to use that. Cryptocurrency has given that opportunity to us. Go back to 2008, and this is very similar to that. It's starting to feel like it, to where everything starts to crash, everything starts to unwind. We start to find what has real value. And we're going to find out what has real value real quick. It's not real valuable having $100,000 sitting in a Celsius account right now, is it? Or a BlockFi account, or any account, or a bank, Bank of America, JP Morgan, whatever it is. They've got control of those funds. And if something happens to them because they become insolvent and they can't run their business anymore, your funds are gone. They're gone. There's nothing you're going to be able to do about it except wait on a bankruptcy court. And you might get a piece. You might get a scrap. It's not a good situation to be in. So I would much rather, Litecoin goes to $40. I've got it in my possession. And guess what? I'm looking at any way I can right now to buy more of it and get more in my possession. The problem I have right now is that, okay, where am I going to buy it? Am I going to go to Coinbase and, wait 7 or 8 days and think, their stock's taking a hit today? What if they go insolvent? They've already said that, we're probably going to have to take customer funds. If you can't get it, if you can't get your cryptocurrency, if you've got the money to do it and you can't get it and you have to trust one of these platforms to hold your money for you, wait for the bank to clear the money, it's not a good situation. It's not a good situation to be in at all. So if you're going to get cryptocurrency, get it and take possession of it immediately. Now, I went out on Coinbase. I've been dabbling a little bit, and I mentioned I was going to talk about PayPal. I've been dabbling a little bit. I went out on Coinbase, I went out on PayPal, and I put the exact numbers in, and they're very similar as far as transaction costs if you want to buy cryptocurrency. The thing is, with Coinbase, yes, you can withdraw it, but there are times I've had to wait over a week to be able to take my coins off. Now today I went out there and I actually bought a little bit. I bought a few Litecoin and I was able to transfer them off immediately. They don't always do that. So I don't know what's different about today versus another day, but today I was able to do that immediately, and I did. I put it in my own wallet because if they go under, all that Litecoin goes under. Now PayPal, been around for a long time. Solid company, right? You can buy cryptocurrency on there. You cannot withdraw it yet, but they just announced that limited U.S. customers can withdraw that cryptocurrency into their own wallets. And as the weeks come out, weeks roll by, more and more people are going to be able to do that, and they'll let that happen. Has not happened yet, so that is a risk. However, it's an easy way to acquire cryptocurrency right now. Now, you can sell it back to them if you want to, but if you're acquiring cryptocurrency, you're doing it because you're seeing that the banking system has failed us. You want to take possession of it. You want to have that asset. So it is a risk right now if you buy it on PayPal. It's just sitting in that account and they are the custodian. As we've seen with Celsius overnight, a custodian, no matter how good they look, is still a business, and a business can go under. And if that happens, you're not going to be able to transfer your funds, and whatever they say they're going to do in the coming weeks, they don't have to necessarily do. So be advised of that. You can go to an ATM. That's probably the best way right now. Yeah, the fees are higher, but you can go to an ATM, you can put cash in, and then you can walk away with your cryptocurrency. I mean, you've got possession of it. There's a charge for that, though. Some ATMs are higher than others. I've found that CoinFlip is a good one. If you go to them, their fees are reasonable, and a lot of times they'll give discount codes. That's a good thing. But the best thing about it is you take possession of the coins. You're not waiting on an exchange. You get it right then and you can walk away. Very important right now as you're watching markets just completely start to melt down. because this economic system can't last forever. It's a Ponzi scheme. It takes more debt to fund it, and people get over leveraged. And then look at Michael Saylor. He's probably getting a margin call on all his Bitcoin because there's a price point that his company MicroStrategy is taking a huge hit today. A lot of these companies that are involved in cryptocurrencies are taking a big hit because the price is down. Well, they're over leveraged then, or the exchanges, in the case of those, they probably don't have the coins that they say they have. Think about that. Think real hard about that, because there's only 21 million Bitcoin that can ever exist. I guarantee you there's not that many. There's 19 million plus right now. There's only a couple million left to be mined out. Litecoin, same thing. 70 million, a little over, out there right now. 14 million left to be mined out. Do they have possession of all those coins? It's not a lot to go around when you really do the math. You think, let's take them at their word. Hey, no Litecoin's ever been lost, which I know it has because I've given it to people and they've lost it. Say there's 70 million out there. 350 million people, say 330 million people in the United States. I mean, you're getting, 0.2 or something, 0.2 Litecoin roughly for every person in the United States. And you think about what these exchanges think they hold, are all those coins out there? When you really start to do the math, and then you look at worldwide, so 8 billion people and 70 million Litecoin and, less than 0.01 each, Litecoin each. Do these exchanges have all the crypto that they say they have? I would say they don't. And why else would a company like Celsius shut the doors? If they had all the crypto, and if they're sitting on all this cash, what's the problem? What's the problem? Who cares what the price does? It doesn't matter. If you've got the underlying asset in your possession, why are you shutting it down? Something's not right in the business plan. Something's not right at all for that to have to happen. Everything right now, if you don't have it, you don't own it. It doesn't matter what it is. Hey, I'm going to take delivery of, 20 cases of water because I got a meetup, and it's summertime. And, if it's not here, then you don't have it. Don't depend on it. There's so many delays in the production chain right now to where if you need a car part, yeah, we'll have it. And they put you off. My dad went through this when he ordered a freezer. They had a thermostat. They couldn't get in. The freezer's ready to go. Need the thermostat. I mean, it took months to get this thermostat. Finally got it. But you paid for it. They said it wasn't going to be a big deal, but they're at the mercy of the supply chain too. And what kind of stability in the world do you see right now that makes you think that the supply chain is going to continue to operate like it did in the past? What kind of leadership do you see right now in the world that makes you think that things are going to go smoothly? They're not. And you're seeing it. Drive by the gas station. Go to the store. It's just not. You just went to what? Sam's? Did the price go up or did it go down? Yeah, you spent how many bills? Three bills, and you probably got nothing. Did you get some disposable coffee cups? No, see. I couldn't find any at Costco. Yeah, we're just going to wash the cups. At least we got access to water. And that's the key, though. If you've got access to things like a well, like water, and just like a food supply, you're going to get chickens, right?
Eggs, yeah.
You're going to get chickens.
$8.95 for 2.5 dozen.
So really? So 30 eggs?
36, sorry.
30, so 3 dozen?
3 dozen eggs.
And that's Sam's with purchasing power, right? Almost like $9, $3. Were they organic even? Just regular eggs? Plain old white eggs? Not even the brown ones?
Nope.
$3 a dozen. And you got to buy 3 dozen. I mean, you got to buy in volume. So this is what we're facing. And you look at real assets that you can use and that you can hold, and the value of them are depressed. Just because the exchange says that Litecoin's $42, or just because an exchange says that silver is $21 an ounce, does that make it so? Can you go buy that right now? You come to me and say, hey, I want to buy some Litecoin, Westwood. It's $42 right now. Come on, sell it to me. No, you crazy? I'll laugh at you. I mean, honestly, that price does not matter. It does not mean one thing to me, because I know in the future, I'm looking at it longer term. I know in the future what that value is and what value you hold and what that's going to be able to do. Because if payment processors are down, if banks are down, guess what? You can still transfer Litecoin because it's running on its own network that's run over 10 and a half years, almost 11 years this October. Litecoin Summit this October, it'll be 11 years old. 11 years that network's been running. No interruption. You can transfer value anywhere in the world. No central bank can shut it down. No government can shut it down, even though exchanges think that, well, you know, we're not going to accept the MWeb, the privacy feature. Yeah, you know, no MWeb here. You know what? That is the best sign I could ever think of that there is privacy built into Litecoin. You are now dealing with real sound money for the digital age. You are dealing with virtual digital cash. And you control it. You can send it anywhere. These exchanges have to be compliant with these vampire governments that require, oh, hey, we need to know everything everybody's doing, you know, this matrix. And they have to comply. The fact that they're unable to accept MWeb privacy transactions on the Litecoin blockchain tells you right there the threat that Litecoin is, that it is truly digital cash. They want to eliminate cash. They want to go central bank digital currency, CBDCs. They can't do that with Litecoin. They know that that can't be part of their system because they cannot control it. Can't control it. You got a fixed supply. You've got privacy. You've got a network that's run for almost 11 years without interruption. You truly do have a sound form of digital money. And for what it is right now, what you can acquire it for, and see, I don't know if you can acquire it, and how much you can acquire and for how long. It might say 40 bucks. You might go to Coinbase and buy it. You might not be able to withdraw it. That's the danger right now. If you can buy it from somebody, my God, get it. You know, buy it from somebody. But going to an exchange right now is a risk because when businesses fail, exchanges can fail. It can be a ripple effect. So be very careful when you're taking possession of it. Make sure you take possession of it when you buy it. Might take a little risk, you know, like I did today, you know, at Coinbase, and I didn't know how long, you know, I was going to have to wait to get them, but I was willing to take a little bit of risk to get those coins. And unfortunately, I was able to withdraw them. Again, like I said, other times, I don't know why, I've had to wait a week. So if you're buying cryptocurrency, definitely take possession of it. Put it into your own wallet. Learn how to do that. There are a lot of videos on YouTube, you know, how to download a wallet. There's some good wallets. I have them on my website, clintwestwood.net. And I mean, those are wallets that I use. I like Coinomi. I like the Exodus wallet. I like the Atomic wallet. I mean, you have your private key with those wallets. Monarch wallet, you've got your private key with that wallet. What's that mean? The private key, when you write down your 12 words, when you first open it up, could be 18 or 24 words. When you write those down, that equates to a private key to a virtual safety deposit box on that blockchain that as long as you have those words, that phone can be destroyed, that device can be destroyed, it doesn't matter, you can restore it. They don't have access to it. Only the person who holds those keys has access to it, and that's you. It's a lot of responsibility people don't want. But in this world where we have irresponsibility leading us and telling us what to do, it's the time to be responsible. We have to take control of our money. We have to take control of our energy. We cannot let these vampires continue to take our energy from us. That's what money is. It's our energy stored up. It doesn't mean anything if you can't access it. It doesn't matter how much you have on paper. When that exchange shuts down and says you can't withdraw, you can't transfer, it's game over. You're done. No more inserting quarters. No more Pac-Man. It's over. Space Invaders is done. I mean, all this goes to hell. It's over. You have nothing. So take possession of it. Take possession of your wealth. Put that money in your own account. Honestly, right now, I'm looking at, you know, just some personal things. I'm looking at physical silver and the ratio to Litecoin right now. You know, they're saying physical silver is $21 an ounce, but a silver eagle, it's like 30 bucks, 35 bucks. And then if you can get Litecoin for, you know, $40 to $45, I mean, that ratio of silver to Litecoin is looking pretty attractive right now. I mean, if it's to the point where you could trade an ounce of silver, and some ounce silver coins you can because there's a premium. If you could trade an ounce of silver for one Litecoin, I mean, the upside potential in my mind is just amazing. I mean, because there's a finite supply. There's not a finite supply of silver. There's a finite supply of Litecoin. And again, it's the utility of what it can do. You have to physically exchange that silver with someone if you want a good or a service. And that's fine at the local level, but say they're 30 miles away and you need to send them some money. How are you going to send the silver? You're going to drive over there and pay $6 a gallon for gas just to deliver an ounce of silver that's worth $21 that they say? You can send Litecoin and the network verifies it, it validates it. So the technology, the portability, the ease of use that is offered through cryptocurrency, solid cryptocurrencies. I'm not talking about Solana. I'm not talking about these venture capitalist coins. I'm not talking about Luna, all these coins that will go to zero. Then there's going to be a lot of them. Which ones are going to be standing? It's the ones that have proven the test of time, not ones that have just been made up with a smart contract on the Ethereum blockchain. It's going to be those coins like Bitcoin. It's going to be those coins like Litecoin. Those are the ones that are going to come out of this mess, and you're going to see a lot of them burn. They're going to go to zero because they never had any value to begin with. I know that Litecoin has value. That's why I stand up all the time and talk about it. And I continue to get it. I continue to get as much as I can because I know what it's going to do in the future. And even right now, it's just that the dollar price looks horrible. But the dollar price doesn't matter if you can't transact value. If you can't access your bank account, what good is how many dollars you have in there? It doesn't matter if they say you got $1 million, $1 trillion. What are you going to do with it? You can't do anything with it. The utility of Litecoin has been there for almost 11 years and you cannot stop it. That's the key. You can hold it in your possession. You can move it, send it, use it as a form of payment. Doesn't matter. It's a scarce asset. I got nothing else. I mean, that's just exactly where we're at right now. I mean, the markets are melting down. This is what we've all gotten to cryptocurrency for because we knew that at some point the monetary system was not going to work, and we're seeing it happen right now. What happens when a bank fails? What happens when Bank of America, JP Morgan, Deutsche Bank? What happens when one of those banks fail? That's what happened in 2008. All the other banks wouldn't trust the other banks. They wouldn't, we're not going to take your loans. We're not going to transact with you. And everything froze up. You couldn't move money. If that kind of event happens now, you've got the ability to move money. You've got cryptocurrency. And when I say cryptocurrency, I mean real cryptocurrency. Your Bitcoin, your Litecoin. Very important right now to take possession. Be aware of your surroundings. Get the things you need. Get it while you can. It may not be available no matter how much money you think you have. Get what you need right now and get it in your possession. That's the key. That's the takeaway of all of this. Don't trust anyone else with your money. Don't trust anyone else with your assets. They're going to be looking out for themselves when everything falls apart. And they'll shut it down and that's it. You don't have it. All right. This Friday, June 17th, Peoria, Illinois, the Peoria Pizza Works. Again, clintwestwood.net, right up at the top, hit the happy hour link. You'll get all the details. It's going to be a live meetup. I mean, in these times where everything seems to be falling apart, we do need community. We need people who are like-minded, who understand what's happening, and building that network so that we can help each other across this chasm. Everything burns, we need to be able to rebuild it. We got to have like-minded people that are able to do that. Not everybody's going to make it, unfortunately. If you're awake and you're paying attention, go seek out those people because there are like-minded people out there. No matter what the media wants to tell you and they want to feed you propaganda, doesn't matter. Find the people who are like-minded. Find the people who are freedom-oriented. Find the people who just want to live their lives and be free and be left alone without government interference. And find the tools that'll allow you to do that. This meetup is a meetup of those like minds. Get to this meetup. Starts at 3 o'clock on Friday, June 17th. Again, clintwestwood.net. Click the link at the top of the website and you'll get all the details. Live happy hour show, Litecoin Lisa and I mean, we're going to be doing that like we do every Friday. Get to the meetup. Let's get there. Feel it in your soul, feel it in your gut. Go with it. Trust yourself because you know you're right inside. Don't regret it. Don't say, I should have went. It'll be too late then. Just get to the meetup. All right, I hope you have a wonderful day. I love you all. And like I always say, trust yourself. You know better than anybody else how to live your life and what's best for you and your family. Always trust yourself. All right, I hope to see you Friday at the meetup. All right, love you all. Thanks for watching.